Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for joining us across our network on Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99. In addition, today you can find us on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15 and on the Facebook page of Care of Southeastern Michigan, who will be joining us on today's program as well. In addition, you can find us on our website on civiccentertv.com. Find us on our Watch Live page, live every day and on demand also throughout the afternoons and evenings. Whenever you want to watch The Splash Live, you can always find it on civiccentertv.com. In addition, you can also find us on our YouTube page at Civic Center TV for all of our latest videos, including live videos and live to tape videos pre-recorded and uploaded. And if you subscribe for free and you hit the bell on our YouTube channel, you'll get a notification every single time that we go live and every single time that we upload a video, whether it's the Splash Live, This Week in Laker Football, or other special programming, including some things we did over the Veterans Day weekend. And of course, you can always join us on the radio and listen live on 89.3 Lakes FM, the perfect place to listen to local programming on your morning and afternoon commute and anytime you're out and about throughout the Greater West Bloomfield area. Diana, already off to a beautiful start on this Monday in the Greater West Bloomfield area weather-wise. It looks like it's going to be the case for most of this week.
It's going to be a beautiful coming 3 days, Tyler. We're headed for a clear and sunny skies throughout the first 3 days of this week. For today, we're starting off with a beautiful, clear and sunny morning with highs of 57 degrees today, and we will experience lows of 31 degrees. Similar cloud condition for tomorrow, clear skies, no clouds. It's going to be sunny throughout the day and clear throughout the evening with highs of 46 degrees and lows of 32 degrees. Going into Wednesday, it's going to start off partly cloudy, but that will transition into another clear and sunny day after the morning, throughout the late morning and into the rest of the day. And we will have more clear skies as we go through the evening with highs of 57 degrees on Wednesday and lows of 36 degrees. Beautiful, beautiful week coming ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, already off to a very sunny start. That's going to be the case. Unseasonably warm, so a few extra days to get outside, sort of feel like a spring morning or afternoon in our community. Get outside and enjoy a walk throughout the Greater West Bloomfield area. We had a lot of fun over the weekend celebrating Veterans Day with the local community. There were celebrations both in West Bloomfield, a special rededication, as you see Bert Green, our splash guest from Friday's edition on the program. We'll tell you about that special rededication that happened on Saturday afternoon. Plus in Keego Harbor, the Magnolia by the Lake Senior Living Facility held a special Veterans Day ceremony as well. And Oakland County had some special celebrations going on also and recognitions throughout the local area. Just before that, on Friday night, the West Bloomfield Lakers had another playoff battle, this time at home. Their official final home game of the entire football season in 2023. We'll give you the updates on that very close battle they had once again with the Clarkston Wolves. Later on in the program, Andrew Brown from Care of Southeastern Michigan will join us to talk about Giving Tuesday and how you can help give back in our community as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday and peak shopping season. Giving back also really important this time of the year. The West Bloomfield Township Library and West Bloomfield Parks are seeking volunteers to help teach our senior community about using technology in their everyday life. We'll tell you how you can volunteer and what they're looking for in just a little bit. Some exciting news out of Sylvan Lake. They are launching a book club just in time for the fall season and the colder months of the year when you're going to be cooped up inside. Might as well get involved in some reading and talk about your favorite books with people in our local area. We'll tell you about that book club and how you can participate in just a little bit. Plus, how you can help small businesses throughout Oakland County and maybe win some prizes yourself in the process. In other news, the playground at Roosevelt Elementary School has come down after nearly 30 years of serving the Keego Harbor community. We'll tell you about the story of that playground as well as the demolition in just a little while. Scotch Elementary School has had a very special student activity recently. This student on your screen helped to raise hundreds of dollars to help the homeless population in our local community. We'll tell you about her and her efforts in just a little while as well. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all day long. The Splash Live will continue after this.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Take a break and tune in to The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show with your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. We also thank you for joining us today on the Facebook page of Care of Southeastern Michigan. Andrew Brown will join us in just a little while to talk about Giving Tuesday and all about their organization this time of the year as well. We had a really good time over the weekend and over really the past week covering Veterans Day celebrations in our community. It all kicked off last week, Tuesday, of course, with the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast at West Bloomfield Middle School. And then over the weekend, had a chance to finally rededicate a very special memorial in our local community that has quite the interesting backstory. Originally dedicated in 1972, this memorial you were seeing on your screen it was initially erected by the Walnut Lake Women's Club at the Walnut Lake Elementary School, which closed in the mid-90s, then became the Corners Senior Living Facility in the past recent several years, and is soon to become the new location of the Chaldean Community Center. And so Bert Green and Steve Kay had located this really behind a bunch of brush that had grown over it over the years. You see those bushes and those trees had completely covered and engulfed not only this memorial, but a lot of the flagpole behind it as well. They restored it, they cut down the brush, they fixed up the brick and all of that as well, and they even put up a new flag on that flagpole, and were able to finally rededicate it. They thought maybe Memorial Day, maybe Veterans Day, and ultimately Veterans Day was a better fit. So we were out there on Saturday for a bunch of speeches. Bert and Steve both talked. We heard from Steve Kaplan, the township supervisor, Debbie Binder, West Bloomfield Township clerk. We heard from both our state senator, Rosemary Bayer, and state representative Noah Arbit, as well as representatives including Tom Haji from the Chaldean Community Foundation, as well as they rededicated this, and they plan to put some plaques commemorating the rededication from over the weekend, as well as the poem that is on that memorial to credit the original poet behind that. But it was a great event, great to see a great turnout from people in the community and hear from the Historical Society, the Township, the Chaldean Community Foundation, and celebrate our veterans as well. Bert Green had played taps at exactly 11 o'clock in accordance with tradition across the United States on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, playing taps to pay tribute to those that have lost their lives in the line of duty as well. Across town in Keego Harbor, another Veterans Day celebration happening on Saturday as well, as Magnolia by the Lakes Senior Living Facility had held their own special Veterans Day celebration and had speeches from local veterans and those in the local veteran community, as well as Keego Harbor Police Chief John Fitzgerald and Mayor Rob Kalman speaking at this event as well. In addition, there were appearances by a number of veterans from throughout our local area, including residents of Magnolia by the Lakes, Keego Harbor City Council members, police officers, and others from throughout the community holding their own ceremony on the water on Cass Lake over the weekend, including a 21-gun salute that also happened right on the shoreline of Cass Lake in Keego Harbor. In addition, Oakland County had celebrated its veterans really beginning late last week on November 9th and all the way through Sunday by lighting some special green lights at the entrances of many facilities throughout the community as part of Operation Greenlight. They had encouraged people to light an entryway of their home or business with a green light in order to show support and solidarity with our veteran community. So celebrations all throughout the local area, Diane, as our community really showed out this season for our veterans.
It's very heartwarming, Tyler, to see all our community members and distinguished figures in our community get together to celebrate this magnificent day and reflect on all the sacrifices that our great veterans did throughout the past, throughout the history, to make our country a better place, not just our community. So it's a great way to celebrate it, whether it's having those dinners. We earlier talked about the rededication of this wonderful memorial, as you mentioned earlier, with Brick Green. We talked about it last week as well, and all the stuff that happened throughout the weekend in our community. It just shows how grateful we are to all these wonderful people who either lost their lives, to remember them and to remember all the great heroism and everything they did to us, and also to acknowledge all the veterans that are still here with us and thank them for doing all the hard work and sacrificing their whole life to making our community and our country a better place and safe place.
Yeah, it's not just those that are that have sacrificed their life for service to our country. It's those that have given years of their life, often their youth, to serving our country as well, that are in celebration over the Veterans Day weekend. It really should be all throughout the year. So good to have those celebrations all across the greater West Bloomfield and Oakland County community throughout last week and all the way through the weekend. If you want to participate yourself and you didn't have a chance to get out to any of those events last week, the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast is available on demand on our website on civiccentertv.com. Same with the memorial rededication at the Walnut Lake Women's Club, their Peace Memorial from Saturday. Those are both on demand right now on civiccentertv.com. And go to our website, go to our homepage, and check in on our programming calendar to find the latest times today and throughout the week that you can tune into this programming as well. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, a big game last week Friday for the West Bloomfield Lakers in the playoffs against their rival Clarkston Wolves. We'll give you an update on that game and show you a recap of what happened in the regional finals, plus volunteer opportunities with the West Bloomfield Township Public Library and West Bloomfield Parks to help our local senior community as well. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media directly from within the local area 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and on 89.3 Lakes FM. In addition, you can always find us on our website on civiccentertv.com, including links to all of our social media. And of course, we thank our Facebook partners today, the care of Southeastern Michigan, who will be joining us in just a little bit to talk about Giving Tuesday. You'll want to stay tuned and hear Dayan Chaaban's conversation with Andrew Brown coming up very shortly. On Friday night, it was an exciting night of football at West Bloomfield High School. As usual, the Lakers showed out on Friday night, but so did the Clarkston Wolves, a 6-5 team coming into that game that had exciting wins over the past couple of weeks to begin the playoffs, beginning with a district semifinal win over Romeo and then an upset in a thriller on the road at Lake Orion just a week before that game where they won 38-37 against the OAA Red Division champions and an undefeated team in the Lake Orion Dragons. Plus, they had already beaten West Bloomfield one time before they came into that game on Friday night, defeating the Lakers 36-44 back in week number 6. So it was a chance for redemption for the Lakers, a chance to once again show that they are the power of the local area for Clarkston after beating one of the juggernauts of this season in Lake Orion and showing again they are a playoff-primed team going on the road and hoping to make it 2 wins in one season for the Wolves over the West Bloomfield Lakers. It was a bit of a back-and-forth game with the pendulum of momentum swinging both ways quite severely all the way throughout. Let's take a look at Friday's game against the Clarkston Wolves. Another playoff OAA Red Division rematch for the West Bloomfield Lakers on Friday, this time against the Clarkston Wolves, one of just 2 teams to beat the Lakers in 2023. And the Wolves got off to a hot start. A long, sustained drive drains about half of the first quarter before sophomore quarterback Brady Collins sails one high to Brody Kosen for the leaping grab in the end zone. Clarkston gets off to a 7-0 lead midway through quarter number 1. Then Aiden O'Neill floats a short kick toward the sideline, and with perfect hang time and a healthy bounce, Brady Beck comes up with the return for Clarkston. Suddenly, the Wolves have a chance to take a 2-score lead. And then just a few plays later, that's exactly what they do. A trick play snaps the ball to Desmond Stevens, and running back Lucas Bowman gets the football and finds Brody Kosen for another touchdown. But a bad snap and hold leads to a missed PAT, and the Lakers get a lucky break, down 13 instead of 14. The Lakers slowly advance up the field toward the end of the first, and then they go for it all. Rick Nance launches one toward the end zone, but it's into double coverage, and that's where Clarkston's all-time leader in interceptions, Desmond Stevens, comes up with it. After one, the Lakers are down 13 points, and the Clarkston Wolves have the football. And the second quarter starts off with a big bite from the visiting Wolves. Brady Collins finds Desmond Stevens on a fade route, and he gets a big jump on the secondary after the catch, escaping the chasing Lakers to take the football 94 yards to the house. And with that, Clarkston goes up 20-0. But the Lakers aren't done fighting yet. On the kickoff, Cameron Flowers shows off his nickname Ferrari and rips a big return out to the 50. With that, the Lakers fight up the field with a sustained drive, including a Joshua Tate run that took them down to the 1-yard line before Nigel Dunton finishes the job. After nearly 20 minutes of gameplay, the Lakers finally get on the board and make this a 20-7 ball game in favor of Clarkston. Then it's the defense getting involved, shutting down Clarkston's progress, including a powerful assisted tackle by Jaden Allos. At the half, the Lakers are down 13 and will get the football to start the third. In the third quarter, the Lakers fight up the field and faced with a 4th and inches come up right to the line to gain, but a referee measurement calls them just shy of the first down. Then the Lakers defense gets ahead of steam, thwarting the Wolves inside their 5 multiple times and forcing a punt in the end zone. That sets up another Laker offensive drive, and Cameron Flowers gets the call, taking it into the end zone on a 9-yard jet sweep. And just like that, a 3-score lead is reduced to just 1 score. And the defense comes up big once again. Clarkston starts to move the ball, and on second down, the West Bloomfield edge rushers bring the pain. John Gabriel and the Punisher combine for a big stop. And then Brandon Davis Swain says once is not enough, coming up with another big tackle on third down. On to the fourth, and the Lakers and Wolves go back and forth until about halfway through the quarter. That's when the Lakers took over on offense and ramped up the grit in the overdrive, fighting up the field and keeping the clock moving. Down to just under 3 minutes to play, it's 4th and 1 for the Lakers, gut check time, and the L Boys answered the call.
Hard count. Snap, handoff, Dunton. Quarterback draw, Nance has space! He's going all the way! Touchdown, WB! The quarterback into the end zone, and the Lakers have the lead.
With that, the Justin Ward PAT puts the Lakers up 1 point, 21-20, with just over 2.5 minutes to play. Clarkston gets the football, and they push into plus territory, burn 2 timeouts, and then with under a minute left, Brady Collins finds Brody Cosin for the clutch grab inside the 5. Then the Wolves run it multiple times, and the clock appears to expire. The Lakers are celebrating, but Clarkston coach Justin Pintar got a timeout in with just 2 seconds left to play. That, of course, sets up one final play for all the marbles.
Snap. Kick is up, and it's blocked! It is over! This one is over! Benjamin has the football! And this time, when it is over, it is all the way over!
An historic finish to an instant classic, and West Bloomfield fights its way to the state semis on Saturday. 21-20 the final score at the Swamp. One more rematch on the way for WB. They'll take on Southfield A&T Saturday at 1 p.m. at Troy High School. Really was an exciting game. It started off really quite disastrous for the West Bloomfield Lakers on Friday night, spotting Clarkston 20 points, including 13 in the first quarter alone, and it seemed like Clarkston was going to do a lot of what they did back in week number 6. Got off to a hot start, put a lot of points on the board, prevented the Lakers from getting on the board, and maybe would have ran away with that football game on Friday. A lot of what we saw on Friday from Clarkston is what Lake Orion saw from them the week before, and they were able to get a quite significant advantage early on. But the Lakers kept fighting in that game. They took up advantage of opportunities that they got, and after spotting those 20 points, didn't allow another chance for Clarkston to score throughout the rest of that game. Sans the absolute final drive with that Brody Cosin catch inside the 5-yard line, got down to the 3, and then they took an attempt at a field goal. Actually, it was 2 attempts at a field goal. The first one was stopped by a timeout by head coach Zach Hilbers to so to speak, ice the kicker, and it worked. The second time around, the Lakers were able to put immense pressure on the kicker and get the football on the ground, preventing what would have been a 2-point loss to Clarkston at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. Instead, they move on to the state semifinals, and this is going to be another rematch for the Lakers, their third rematch of these playoffs, having already played Rochester Adams in the district semis and in the regular season. Of course, played Clarkston over the weekend on Friday night in the regional final after playing them in the regular season. And now, after 5 weeks away from Southfield A&T, now they get to play another game against their local rivals out of the OAA. And this time for a chance to play at Ford Field on Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. That game, again, going to be at 1 o'clock at Troy High School. It's a neutral location for the state semifinals, and it is on Saturday afternoon. We are currently working with the MHSAA to determine what our coverage may be for Friday night. We'll do our best to have a television broadcast. If we do have a television broadcast, it will be on WBTV, Comcast Channel 19 and AT&T Channel 99. And of course, we'll be live simulcast on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM with an additional web stream being exclusively on the NFHS network. However, if we're only able to do radio, we'll do our best to also simulcast that audio across our network as well. Stay tuned to civiccentertv.com/LakersSports for up-to-date information. I'll be speaking to the head coach, Zach Hilbers, early on this week, as well as players and coaches on This Week in Laker Football to review that exciting win on Friday against the Clarkston Wolves and a big matchup for a chance to play in the MHSAA Division I State Championship on Saturday against the Warriors of Southfield A&T. Next door to us at Civic Center TV, over at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library and the Recreation Activity Center, West Bloomfield Parks, and our friends at the library are looking for volunteers to help our senior community get more in touch with technology and learn how to navigate a very technologically heavy world today. They're looking for volunteers to share their knowledge of technology with some seniors looking for help on Tuesday of this week from 4:15 to 6:15 p.m. at the main branch of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. If you're interested in becoming a volunteer for this event or for other opportunities throughout the local area, you can do so through West Bloomfield Parks on their website, wbparks.org/volunteer. And Diane, a great opportunity to get some volunteer hours for high school students or for middle school students looking to get some volunteer hours, maybe for a National Honor Society or for other requirements that they need, or for something to put on their resume as you're looking to apply for colleges or for jobs going forward. A great opportunity, and also help people in our community that are in need of some assistance learning technology and being able to utilize that in their day-to-day life as it's become more and more important than ever.
That is true, Tyler. So our society is becoming increasingly digital, whether it's online shopping or even online banking. We're all switching to this digital era, and sadly our seniors are kind of left behind because they are used to doing stuff the traditional way, going in person, doing stuff in person. So it's not only a great opportunity for these volunteers, but it's a great opportunity for these seniors. To all the volunteers who are out there who are listening to us right now, you'll be helping these seniors live a better life. You will allow them to be more independent, and you will allow them to connect better with their outer world. We all understand that these seniors get a little bit lonelier because it's their children are at work, or they cannot be there all the time, and maybe their children are in a distant area. So you're allowing these senior people to communicate better to their loved ones, or even to just probably, Tyler, for convenience, whether they can learn how to shop online, do banking online instead of going out, especially now that winter is coming. So it's a great opportunity for both the volunteers and the seniors to a great way, as you said, to put it on their resume. Great initiative also by our public township library, Tyler.
Yeah, and this opportunity, again, just a couple of hours on a Tuesday this week, from 4:15 to 6:15 at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Again, if you're interested, you can go to wbparks.org/volunteer to sign up, or learn more about these sort of events on wbparks.org or on the West Bloomfield Township Public Library's website, wblib.org. We'll take a break on the Splash Live on the other side. Speaking of giving back to the community, Care of Southeastern Michigan is our Facebook partner today, and on the other side of this break, Andrew Brown will join us to talk about Giving Tuesday and how you can help organizations in need in our local community, helping people in need in our area throughout the holiday season and beyond. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up after this short break.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on civiccentertv.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at civiccentertv.com and click schedule at the top of the screen. Your Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 99. All off-season, all Lakers, all the way to Ford Field. Laker playoff football, exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. So in the light of Giving Tuesday, we would like to shine a spotlight on one of the most exceptional organizations right here in Southeast Michigan, CARE of Southeast Michigan. CARE's mission is to strengthen resiliency in people and their communities through prevention, education, and services that improve quality of life. And with the vision of a healthy community, CARE is dedicated to reducing the stigma and providing recovery and empowering individuals through comprehensive behavioral health services. And today we would like to welcome Andrew Brown, who is the Event and Communications Director of CARE of Southeast Michigan. Andrew, welcome to the Splash Live.
Thanks, Diane. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Andrew, just as a beginning, can you please provide an overview of CARE Southeast Michigan and what is it that you guys do?
Sure. There's a lot to cover, so I'll do my best here to give you a good elevator pitch. We do a lot of work with prevention in schools, adolescents, working to obviously substance use prevention. We do a lot of work in Macomb County, but we also do work with Hazel Park youth and other regions in Oakland County. We do a lot of work with crisis response for first responders. So, after something serious happens in a fire department or other situation, we have a, crisis intervention team that can go in and really work just to kind of hear and debrief and go through those things. We're really well known for our peer recovery coaching services, which we've provided in the community since 2012. That's how I got my start at CARE of Southeastern Michigan, working in the recovery coach department. We do a lot of other things. We're an EAP provider for a number of great organizations. Like I said, kind of one of the biggest things we do is our prevention work, obviously, with our summer camps, working with the schools. And we cover a lot.
Thank you so much for giving us this wonderful overview. We do understand that you have several programs, whether it's for parents, students and youth, or for a community as a whole, or for individual even help and therapy. Can you please talk to us just a little bit about these programs for people who are seeking help, just so they can know what is CARE, how is CARE going to help them?
Sure, and I missed a big one. You just said it there, our clinical services. So we're real unique, and under the same roof, we provide, like I said, prevention services. We provide clinical services such as outpatient treatment, case management, and we also provide recovery services. So really for substance use and substance misuse issues, we can handle that all under the same roof through our programs. And that's available really throughout Southeastern Michigan, Macomb, Oakland counties. We're here to help.
You are mentioning always something about these collaborations with the counties or other organizations in the community. Can you tell us how important are these collaborations? I understand this is how CARE works. Without these collaborations, it would never happen. Talk to us just a little bit about how important these collaborations are and how each and every organization helps CARE and how CARE helps them as well.
So collaboration's everything. We've been around since 1977, and I'd say in huge part to our collaborations with the community, not only the great people over at Macomb County Community Mental Health and Substance Use Services, but all of our other community partners, everyone in the network we work with, and other grassroots organizations like, I know we're going to talk about Share Detroit in a minute, but just all the other community partners that we work with, really just to kind of help, someone might be struggling with some life stressors on this end. They say, hey, I know someone over at Care of Southeastern Michigan. Just that word of mouth to connection in the community is something we really like to strive for. Just that people know that we're here to help with any and all life stressors.
Andrew, can you tell us also a little bit more about volunteer initiatives? Are there any programs where CARE needs volunteers, or any initiatives that need volunteers to work with CARE? Talk to us a little bit more about that, and how can people join if there are truly programs?
Well, I'm really glad you asked that too, because we do always have volunteer opportunities. You can give us a call. You can look online or at sharedetroit.com. We always have opportunities. A lot of what we need help with are just odds and ends sometimes, putting packets together for our summer camps, putting packets together for youth and some of our youth programming. We do even need volunteers for, like I said, for our youth programming. Sometimes people to come in and help out and just be an extra hand. We have our signature events too, our parenting conference coming up on March 2nd here in Macomb County at the MISD, Macomb Intermediate School District. We always can use volunteers for that to help out. We have a great speaker this year too, so that's a great Amy McCready. I see I have her on screen there. She's a great author of the book, The Me Epidemic. So we always need volunteers, and we need people to attend that. So check that out. It's on our website. And another event we have coming up is our Rally for Care event, which is a really unique fundraiser we do. It brings together some of the most unique stops throughout Macomb County. Stop in there, check that out on our website. And I see you're showing a few different things. We also have a really great event coming up on December 12th. It's a screening of a film called Speaking Through Me. And the filmmaker's name is Dr. Kristen Gilliland. And she actually lost her son to an accidental opioid overdose. And she's really, oh, there it is there. Yeah, she's really changed the trajectory of her life to help other families grieving and help educate. The film is really for anyone. It's easy enough to understand for youth, and it's really has a lot of great holistic methods at dealing with life stressors, not just substance use. We're talking about maybe eating disorders, mental health, other stressors, but that's free of charge at our facility in Fraser on December 12th this year. Like I said, just go to our website. You can RSVP for that. Like I said, it's 100% free of charge. And really, the holidays can be tough if you have a family member you maybe lost or maybe has some substance use issues. It's a great thing to come to and get support.
Andrew, you beat me to it. I was just going to ask you about the events, but you provided a great overview about all the events that are going to happen. Again, to anybody who would like to join or know more about these events, they can always visit CARE, SEM, if I'm saying it right. Let me just make sure. careofsem.com. You can go into the website. It's very easy to use. Just hover over the events calendar, and you will find everything that Andrew and all the events that Andrew just talked about. And you can also RSVP for them. Andrew, can you tell us how important these events are for the organization, and and if you can tell us just the positive reviews of these events? How does that change people's lives?
Sure. We try to do unique events, and really, it takes the whole family to recover. And that's why we've added this film around the holidays this year, is really to do just that, bring the family together, bring support together for people with, like I said, with substance use or other stressors going on in life. Our fun, like I said, our Rally for Care fundraiser I talked about, that's a family-friendly road rally. That's just another interactive, fun way. And these events are really important for us because they help us continue to thrive and serve the community, and to continue to reach more people. We continue to grow and help more people, but like I said, there's still a lot of people out there that need help. So these events really give us kind of a platform to reach more people and to raise more awareness about the services we provide to many in the community.
Andrew, I know that you've been working for CARE of Southeastern Michigan for a very long time. Can you give us just a success story that really affected you personally, or just affected the whole CARE as an organization?
Well, thank you for asking that. Yeah, I know last year when I talked to Tyler, I shared about my experience. I struggled with substance use disorder myself, and in 2007, CARE helped me access treatment, not just on one occasion, on multiple occasions, all without judgment. I mean, I came back here in 2014 and was able to work as a recovery coach. And another story is just working as a coach and working with people in the community. I've witnessed so many miracles happen. I'd be shortchanging to try to explain. There's just so many, but I think one of the most profound experiences I've had is just seeing parents link back up with their children. Situations where maybe the parent's incarcerated, seeing the parent get out and grasp help and find help and continue. We have a number of people that, like you were talking about, volunteers that have gotten maybe out of prison or jail, gotten their children back in their life through and help with the connection of programs at CARE of Southeastern Michigan. And then now today are volunteering. And even I think we have volunteers and apprentices that went through that and now are able to give back through CARE. So really, it's for myself, it's been a huge unique circle of coming through for services and now working here, and I know many others have that same experience. So we really love what we do.
That's absolutely beautiful, because you did not only get help, but also you did provide it because of your personal experience. Beautifully said, Andrew, and thank you for sharing this personal experience.
Thank you.
I understand one more question, and that I would like to ask you is, we understand that CARE works towards reducing stigma regarding or surrounding mental health issues. What would you like to tell people who are still afraid of seeking mental health care?
So thank you for asking. It's a great question, and I know we've come a long way even since 2007, since I got into recovery, and since 2014 we've come a long way, but we still have a lot of work to do. What I can tell anyone out there struggling with substance use or mental health issues is that it's not a moral defect. It's not that. It's an illness, and it can be treated, and we have the tools to help connect you. Like I said, if we can't help you totally under our roof, we have the connections and resources to connect you with the services that you need. And there's no shame in asking for help. I know that seems like in a lot of communities, it can seem so stressful, like, oh my God, I can't reach out for help. I can't say I have a problem. My family's going to look down on me. I felt that. I went through that on, like I said, numerous occasions. But one thing I can tell you is when I reached out to help, no one ever slapped my hand away or said, no, we're not going to help you. People were always there. And once you ask for help, that opens a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities to get your life back on track.
That is true, and even your loved ones would rather see you get help than suffer. Even coming from a cultural family, it is even harder to seek mental health issues because there's a lot of stigma surrounding this. So I would like to tell people that it's okay. Your loved ones will understand. They would rather see you seek help than be suffering alone and reach to detrimental stages. Andrew, would you like to add anything? As we know that we're approaching Giving Tuesday on November, and it's going to be on November 28th. Would you like to add any final words to whoever who wants to help CARE, and anything about CARE that you would like to add?
I just thank you again. I just want to say to our partners at Share Detroit, Share Detroit does so much for so many nonprofits in the community. Last year, they helped us actually, just get our message out there, and we were actually awarded a $1,000 check for Giving Tuesday from Share Detroit and their partners. We were so grateful. That really helped us, and you showed it a minute ago, that get our recovery calendar out there, Faces of Recovery calendar. That $1,000 really helped springboard that project to get that out there, and that calendar really is, and there it is on screen. That calendar is all people in recovery, that work with CARE or are part of connected to CARE, and that's just a way to reduce stigma at a different level. So Share Detroit really helped us, and check them out for Giving Tuesday. You can give to us at CARE, nonprofit of your choice, but please give to CARE too. No, I'm just kidding. Give to the nonprofit of your choice. And like I said, we're so grateful for Share and all that they do for nonprofits like us in the community.
We would also like to thank Share Detroit for highlighting all these wonderful organizations in Southeastern Michigan and for helping people connect with these organizations. Andrew Brown, thank you again for joining us. For anybody who would, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
You're most welcome, and we really enjoyed this conversation. For anybody who would like to know more about Care of Southeastern Michigan, or volunteer, or donate, or check out their events calendar, you can always visit careofsem.com. Again, it's careofsem.com. You can also follow them on facebook.com/careofsem and on instagram.com/careofsem to know more about Care. We will take a quick break on the Splash Live, and we'll be right back with more news from your hometown on your community television and 89.3 Lakes FM. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
When you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. To Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. We also thank you for joining us today on the Facebook page of Care of Southeastern Michigan, facebook.com/careofsem for more information, and appreciate Andrew Brown for joining us on today's program for an interview as well. Always a lot of exciting stuff happening at the Sylvan Lake Community Center, events all throughout the week, all throughout the month, and all can be found on sylvanlake.org. Now they're adding some new fun to that as we get into the colder seasons and people are going to be inside looking for something productive to do. And why not pick up a good book and then discuss that book later on in the week with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. The inaugural Sylvan Lake Book Club is going to be kicking off on Tuesday night, November 14th. That's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. I'm sure they're going to be choosing a book to read, discussing what they want to get out of that book club, and getting this thing underway. That's on top of all their other fun events that happen there all throughout the week and throughout the month, including Sylvan Lake Game Night, Yoga Night, and other events that are happening all throughout the year. And of course, you can keep up to date on everything happening at the Sylvan Lake Community Center and how you can get involved on sylvanlake.org. Another great resource is the Sylvan Lake What's Going On Facebook page, where you can find more information on participating in this book club and get in contact with them to find out more information as well. Diana, great resource on sylvanlake.org for fun events happening in the prettiest little city in Michigan.
That is true, Tyler. So they always have a lot of fun things to do. And currently they're switching things to indoors because it's getting a lot colder. So we really appreciate that. I love book clubs, Tyler. I must say that for me, book clubs, they actually just build relationships. They get me to know more about my community members, more about different ideas. And listening to these different perspectives about the same book, it opens up your horizons. So it's a great, great activity, a great initiative by the Sylvan Sylvan Lake, of course, and it's having fun with your community members. So I truly would love to join that. But again, I don't live in Sylvan Lake. I would truly love to join that if I was. But if you do live in Sylvan Lake, go ahead and join it. It's a beautiful indoor activity. Reading and listening to your community members and creating these wonderful connections.
Yeah, and with the weather being as nice as it's going to be this week, including on Wednesday, it may not be a bad idea for them to get outside and enjoy this book with the foliage, with the lake in the background one more time before the colder season has them indoors, all nice and cozy in front of the fireplace at the community center. Again, that begins Tuesday night, November 14th at 7 o'clock at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. While you're out and about throughout the community, you can stop in at one of your favorite local shops and maybe win some cash in the process through Oakland County's Advantage Oakland Local Gems Contest, running now through about a little under 2 more weeks through November 25th. If you take a selfie at a local Oakland County small business that you consider to be a local gem and submit it online, you could win prizes upwards of $1,000. Here you're seeing first prize $1,000, second prize $500, and third prize $250. Learn more information and submit your pictures on oakgov.com/shopsmall. oakgov.com/shopsmall. Now, these pictures do have to be original. They can't be some pictures you got from someone else that's taken a picture at this local event, at this local business. It has to be at a small business in our local community in Oakland County. That is defined as being a, quote, independently owned and operated legal brick and mortar business, end quote. And you can find more information on the requirements for entering this contest again on oakgov.com/shopsmall and find even more that you need to know about this. We'll take a short break on the Splash Live. On the other side, some news from Keego Harbor, an end of an era, and some really great efforts by a student in the West Bloomfield School District on National Kindness Day. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 9. All off. All Lakers all the way to Ford Field. Laker playoff football exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on civiccentertv.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at civiccentertv.com and click schedule at the top of the screen. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. It's the end of an era in the Keego Harbor community as we are, of course, approaching the impending demolition of the 103-year-old Roosevelt Elementary School building, and that process really got its first start over the weekend as the playground at Roosevelt Elementary School underwent demolition. Of course, there's 2 areas of that playground. There's the more traditional, modern-day metal playground facility that is there. That is still up at this time, but the wooden playground equipment that has been there for the better part of 30 years was taken down on Saturday. That is one of the images posted in the So Keego Facebook group of the demolition of that site. And there's a lot of history behind this. This playground, that playground on that site, was built back in 1996, built and designed by Keego Harbor residents, adults, and students alike. According to Karen Meebrod, a planning commissioner in Keego Harbor, in a post she made on the So Keego Facebook group, it was called the Dream Playground by Keego Harbor residents, designed by parents and by students for that community in Keego Harbor, with Keego Harbor in mind. It was a community-wide effort, as you're seeing on these pictures on CivicCenterTV.com. And on our YouTube page on demand. It was a community-wide effort to assemble the playground, to bring in the materials and build the playground, and it stood in that spot for 27 years as an institution of the heart of the lakes. Of course, during discussions about the future of Roosevelt, the state of that playground, safety concerns did come into discussion with the West Bloomfield School District, their strategic visioning committee, and others in the local area, which ultimately, I presume, would have led to this demolition happening over the weekend as they get closer and closer to the end of this school year, where it is expected as early as this spring and this summer we could see Roosevelt Elementary School demolished in Keego Harbor. But great to see those pictures from back in the day, back in 1996. And this was, by all indication of these pictures, a massive community-wide effort to put up this playground on the site of Roosevelt Elementary School, make it more personalized, what kids and what families were looking for. This was a place that families in Keego Harbor frequented all throughout the years of their children's lives, through generations, for kids to play and to have a place to go in their community that was essentially their community park. And that's what this Roosevelt playground was. So a sad day over the weekend for those in Keego Harbor to see this playground go after 27 years of serving generations of Keego Harbor residents. Across the community, students making big impacts in and outside of the classroom in recognition of World Kindness Day, which is today, November 13th, 2023. A Scotch Elementary School student, Rachel Chapman, raised over $400 to support the Caleb White Project. This is a project that supports those in need of critical resources that are homeless or maybe are struggling with housing. And according to the West Bloomfield School District, in a Facebook post, Rachel, quote, then shopped with her mom and bought a couple hundred pairs of socks, hats, and gloves. Go Rachel. And as you're seeing, Rachel Chapman on your screen with some of the goods that she bought with those $400 plus that she raised for the Caleb White Project. You can help out that organization as well by visiting CalebWhiteProject.com, CalebWhiteProject.com, and learn more also in the post from the West Bloomfield School District on their Facebook page, Facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. Diane, great to see our kids getting involved as we've already talked about Giving Tuesday and the giving season this time of the year, but our kids getting involved and leading the charge in our community.
Tyler, their compassion and empathy at a very young age is truly inspiring. It inspires me as an adult, and it pushes us, it teaches us something, that if these young children are creating this difference in our community, then what can we do as a whole community? So it's truly inspiring and heartwarming to see these young children making a difference in the community, whether it's for homeless people or for other organizations. So it's truly great. Thank you, Rachel, and thank you for Rachel's mother for raising just a wonderful, wonderful young lady.
Yeah, great to see our students getting involved and helping people in their school and in their local area and in the greater community and taking the charge on those issues. Again, you can find more information on the organization that she fought to support, in this case, the Caleb White Project, by visiting CalebWhiteProject.com or by visiting the West Bloomfield School District's Facebook page, Facebook.com/West Bloomfield Schools. Give her your thoughts and congratulate Rachel on a great effort by commenting on that post from the West Bloomfield School District. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all throughout the week on the Splash Live. Of course, we're with you every single day, Monday through Friday, for the latest news, information, events, and updates. We'll talk to people from throughout the community about stories making news in your local town, about upcoming projects, and important information that you need to know in West Bloomfield Township, Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake Village, and Sylvan Lake. Stay with us. The Splash Live will continue very soon.